Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We are about to have a realistic night in my life with a newborn.
Oh my gosh.
So I go ahead and start most evenings by resetting my living room, cleaning up downstairs. If you don't know, I have an 18-month-old, so toys literally are everywhere. I generally wear my baby while I'm trying to do this because I have a Velcro child, so she literally screams if she's not like having some type of body contact. But in this clip, at this point, she's sleeping, so I'm also just trying to be mindful of that. Then I go ahead and start warming up a bottle for her. I actually pump this maybe like an hour or so beforehand, so it's room temperature, but I just try to make sure that she has warm milk for after her bath, just because that's what she prefers and it helps her go to sleep. While her milk is warming up, I go ahead and start laying out everything that I need for her bath. So her pajamas, a diaper, some coconut oil for her hair, and then this lavender bedtime lotion for her as well. Started trying this new thing with like warming her bassinet, hoping that that helps her stay asleep longer in her bassinet because she's been having a hard time in there. So I just use my heating pad while that's taking, and then let that go ahead and warm up. And then I start pulling out the towel. I grab two washcloths, one to keep on her to keep her warm in the bath, and then one to actually clean her with. And then I have like this rubber ducky that also takes the temperature so that we know if the water is appropriate for her. Now we're going ahead and getting her ready to go in the bath. So I took her out of her baby carrier and she's waking up not the most happy, but hey, it is what it is. Baby girl need a bath. So I try to do this part quickly because, like I said, she gets cold and then she gets fussy and she's not happy. And then she starts screaming at the top of her lungs. I keep water running because I don't know. I think it helps her, like, it reminds her of being in the womb. And so I keep the water running because that helps her not scream while I'm giving her a bath. She does like the warm water. She likes getting a bath. She just doesn't like being cold. And I think the sound of the water helps soothe her as well. But I try to make sure I'm cleaning like all of her inside of her little rolls and things as she's getting bigger. She is almost 2 months old, and so she's just listen. She's getting juicy, and so I try to quickly grab her out, and then I'll towel dry her while we're in the bathroom and just use my body heat to warm her up so she's not too cold. And then I transition her into our room so that I can moisturize her or her hair. Y'all see she's screaming right. Look at her face. My girl be turning red. Okay, so I try to do this really quickly just to get her settled and clothed and everything. And then I make sure I go ahead and put a diaper on her really fast because she will pee on me. But I actually go ahead and make sure I moisturize like her face and her hair and everything first. Just because I don't want the scented lotion like on her face. And I don't want to break her out. So I use coconut oil for her face and her hair, but she's getting baby acne, so I'm like looking into different things to use for that because right now Aquaphor is not working and a few other products that we've tried haven't been working, so I'll keep y'all posted on what takes place with that. But I swear by this lotion, I do think it helps calm her down and soothe her. I don't know if it helps her sleep necessarily, but it does. I mean, she smells good, so there's that. Now that I've gotten her all dressed and ready for bed, I go ahead and just soothe her and give her the bottle that I pumped earlier. She like sometimes just spills milk everywhere, so I keep a bird cloth nearby. I normally try to use like a bib or something, but I didn't have one handy at this time, so I just used what I had. And then I try to like burp her in between feeding her just because I don't know, she's a gassy baby, y'all, and I don't want her feeling like uncomfortable or anything because she has gas built up in her body. So now she's chilling. So after she's had her milk and everything, I try to normally keep her like sitting up or just upright for the most part, just to minimize the likelihood of her spitting up. Because if I lay her down immediately, she is a lot more likely to spit up and it's going to be everywhere. And I just bathed her and I don't really want milk in her neck rolls. So if your baby has like a hard time with keeping milk down or after you like nurse them or feed them or whatever and they're spitting up, a lot of times it's either they're overly full or they still have like gas in their body and they're spitting up to get that excess out. So now that she's all full and bathed and cleaned and ready to go, I am like getting her ready to go ahead and just go down for the night. She had yawned a couple times, so I try to turn the light off. I do have like a night light and humidifier in here. So I did swaddle her with one of like the pre-made swaddles, but she hasn't been the biggest fan of it. But I keep trying just because I'm hoping that I don't know. It goes back to like that first week where it was okay and I could swaddle her and I put her down and she sleep for a couple hours, but that has not been the case lately. So hey, we're rolling with the punches. That's the life of a newborn. This evening, she actually was having a really hard time, like just going to bed. I don't know. It's like she knew that I was trying to sneak off and go take a shower, so she just was really fighting it. But um, I don't know. It took me maybe like 40 minutes to get her to like finally settle back down and like be able to lay her down and everything. So as y'all can see, she's finally dozing off. So, listen, I don't know. Every night is different, so it doesn't always look like this, but this is what I normally try to follow. After she fell asleep, I was able to lay her down in the bassinet, and I do think that having like that warm bed um, or that pre-warmed bed, it did make like a huge difference for her because she wasn't laying down on like cold sheets.
I plan on doing this voiceover style, but I legitimately had to pick this camera up. Cause do y'all hear her? Do y'all hear her? I was able to like take a quick shower, but oh my god. Okay.
So after she screamed my head off, as I got out of the shower, I just needed to try to calm her down and get her back like into a rested state, or just I don't know, a calm state in general, so that we can like continue to wind down for the evening. But like I said earlier, like she was having a really hard time. She did not want to go back to sleep. She was really upset that she was like not touching me, and she woke up and was not on my skin. I don't know. So here she is, just being cute and cuddly now, but baby, she be screaming. Okay? Screaming. And I went ahead and changed her again because I'm sure she had peed after having that bottle. And then I did feed her again. So, gotta change the diapers, the million diapers every single day. But normally after like she's had a bath and she's full, she doesn't cry or isn't really fussy while I'm changing her diaper. So that's a blessing right there. So after her diaper change, I was still having like a hard time soothing her, and she seemed like she was still hungry. So normally, if I try to nurse her, it does relax her enough to where she'll fall asleep. So I was trying that at this point, and a lot of times now she's using me as a pacifier, and I'm trying to nip that in the bud. But listen, we are fighting for our lives. Okay, y'all can probably hear her right now screaming as I'm doing this voiceover. I do try to make sure I have a lot of water handy because I'm breastfeeding and just wanting to maintain my milk supply and not have it drop or anything like that. I have gotten my cycle back, so that does like create a decrease every month, and so I do try to like stay on top of my hydration and just the things to help maintain my milk supply or an oversupply, so I can also create a stash. So as I was nursing her and she's finally settling back down, it's been a couple of hours as well. So it's like 10 something at this point. I'm getting tired. I normally try to like just wind down and watch TV or something in the bed. But she's finally like relaxing and getting restful. So it's looking like this is how we're gonna go to sleep tonight. She's going to lay on me, and that's just gonna be that. I do co-sleep sometimes. I have done it with my oldest daughter as well. If it's the only way that I can get sleep and that they are sleeping, then I'm gonna go ahead and do it because everybody needs a rest. And breastfed babies are actually safer to co-sleep. So listen, at this point, we are, like I said, rolling with the punches. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to keep her in the bassinet, but if it ain't working, I still need to get some sleep, baby. At this point, she finally dozed off, and I'm winding down for the night myself. So that is our evening.